Everyone, and welcome to another episode of Behind the Lou. Obviously, I'm Adam, joined by Brendan and Sean as always. And I guess we're just we want to cover past Cardinal series because I guess we haven't really covered much about these past series and the ups that are kind of there and the downs. But I'm gonna let Brendan take that. When I feel like it's just gonna be a rant. It's gonna
No,
come.
well, maybe. Um, so it's just for this week. We had the Rockies and the Pirates series that just happened. The last game just finished today where we won. But to go to the Rocky series though, we're going into that. We were coming off of the series loss against Milwaukee, which kind of sucked. But I didn't think that Milwaukee series was that bad. It just felt like it just
When you
kind of
look
felt
at
like we were just recovering from the sweep of Atlanta. That was tough, but I
yeah,
don't think we
when you look
really did terrible.
when you look at the series altogether and scoring totals, you only lose it by like 7-10. So it's still close
Yeah,
scoring wise.
Jordan Montgomery was really good against the Brewers on that Saturday, April 8th, and that was really good to see. Jack Flaherty did struggle in that start, but during the Rockies series, it was we were the one main concern was it's in cores, and you have our pitching staff's just been the biggest problem, and that's where uh, the problems kind of lied in Colorado. Was like the first game was Miles, and it was he just was not like he's just not good anymore, dude. Like I don't know what else to say about Miles Michaelis right now. He's just not been good this year at all.
I kind of wanted to see expect like I'm kind of jumping forward, but I was with him. I just wanted to see more to like certify that he just doesn't have it anymore. And I think today for the Pirates game, it really
Well, he like
solidified
the thing
itself.
is like he went through six like today for the jump ahead though. He went through 6 innings against the Pirates, and he only allowed 2 runs. But the problem is he's just not striking guys out, and people are hitting him really hard. If you go
Yeah.
onto his baseball savant page, it's just like everything. There's so many blues on it. I to show like how bad like people are hitting him. Like I think he's like in the bottom percentile in like literally almost every stat besides walks.
And that's the only and that's the pitch you have going forward. That's the only one that you have going forward,
And
right?
no, you have Steven Matz next year, but you just signed Miles Michaelis to be the ace of your staff. And it's like, for example, like this year, the max exit velocity off of him is in the bottom 2% of the league at 115.5 miles an hour. The expected batting average is bottom two. The expected slug is bottom five. So he's getting lucky on a lot of these because of our defense, but the expected numbers on these are bottom of the league. And you just gave him a 2-year extension, and his average exit velocity is in the 18th percentile. Hard hit is in the 29th. Expected ERA is in the 6th percentile, and expected batting average and slug is bottom five. Like I said, the only top percentile he's in is walk percentage, and that like yeah, you have a guy who throws strikes and can get you through innings, but they're not going to be quality innings most of the time because everyone's just hitting him hard.
Yeah. I mean,
Time
and
out. Hang on, Adam. Quick question, Brennan. Do you have your phone on your desk?
What?
Do you have your phone on your desk?
No.
Adam, do you have your phone on your desk?
yes.
Fucking take it off. I hear it buzzing right
My
now.
phone, it's not going off.
I hear a buzzing just coming from one of your a phone.
I
That's
don't.
why.
My
I was
phone's
like,
on
I didn't know if
silent.
it was you guys or not.
I don't know what it is, but my phone's on silent.
All right, continue. Sorry.
But yeah. So just with Miles in general, just been very disappointing to see him how he started, and the other player who's been disappointing is Steven Matz
Yeah, big time.
because it's just like Matt's on in Colorado was just not good either, and you're expecting high things from him, and he's just been disappointing. Like on the year, he has a 6.48 ERA. That does include the Pirates start, and he's pitched in 16 innings. His strikeout numbers are pretty decent at 17. I think it's one of the top of the rotation, which is a problem. That's not enough, but you know, I mean, at least he's getting more Ks than other pitchers in the rotation. But he struggled in Colorado as well, and he struggled against the Pirates. And then you have Jack Flaherty, who did really good in Colorado. That was one bright spot because when he started out the game with the leadoff home run to Profar, and that didn't look good. But I think in that start that he had it was really encouraging to see, because the big problem with him this year so far has been the walks. And it seemed like he had been he only allowed one walk last start he did in Colorado. So that was really good to see. He had 5.1 innings with 5 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. So even though it's not like it's not like the Jack that you want, he still is. That was probably his best start of the year. And it's really encouraging to see him go in that direction. And I'll be curious to see how his next start goes for that. But
quick question on that, on just pitching in general. When is Adam Wainwright coming back? Because it should be a couple
he
weeks.
threw a bullpen. I think he's going to be set to go on a rehab assignment this week. I don't know what happened. I think it just depends on how that rehab goes.
With the rehab assignment, does that mean he's going to Memphis? Or no?
I think he's going to AA in Springfield. I mean, that's what people. That's what they do.
Stupid.
That's what
so dumb.
But the thing is if he's bad in that rehab start against AA players, I don't know what you do. But he's been.
You leave him there.
Well, here's the thing about Adam Wainwright. He said something during his interview about the injury. He said that he felt like he needed to be on this IL stint to try to correct some things. He's like, because I don't think I really came into the season fully prepared. It's like,
no shit.
Well, the thing is why are you not fully prepared? One, because you went to the WBC and you threw there, you got hurt there, and you're not throwing where you should be. You're not even throwing above 87 miles an hour with your fastball at all. So it's like, I don't understand why you are now saying, oh, I'm glad I went on the IL because I was just not ready. And I don't know. It's just a weird situation. I'm not expecting much from Adam returning at all either. It's not going to be enough.
But now it is. It is expected, especially if pitching continues to struggle.
Well, he has to. If he's not good, then it's going to be a big problem.
It's ridiculous that we're still relying on Adam Wainwright to save pitching. It's we've said enough about it. There's nothing more I can shit on top of,
Yeah, it's just I don't know what else to say about Adam Wainwright. I hope he does well. But that's all we can really do. But other than that, I kind of want to go to the offense a little bit more because Jake Woodford's just been bad. I won't even talk about him. But
why not, Brennan?
Because he's been awful. He shouldn't be a major league pitcher at all. Well, hang on. Let me go back a little bit. I want to go to Jordan Hicks.
Yeah, oh my God, that dude is fucking awful.
Well, Jordan Hicks is absolutely cooked. I don't know what other way to describe it. He has been. I don't even know what to. It's been kind of a shock on how bad he's been, because to start off the year, on opening day, he blew a lead, and it seemed like it was more it was luck induced. It didn't seem like it was that bad. It just seemed like, it's just kind of bad luck with him. It's kind of a fluke game. He'll be fine. No, he hasn't been fine since then. He has pitched 5.2 innings this season. He has 6 strikeouts. He has a 12.71 ERA with a 3.35 WHIP. That's unacceptable. You can't.
Yeah, that's terrible.
You have 12 earned runs with 5.2 innings. I think he's allowed 9 runs in total. That can't happen. Yeah, and then yesterday he throws McCutcheon 7 sliders. You don't throw a veteran player 7 pitches of the same exact pitch every time, and it just shows that he's not feeling anything else. And it's to the point to where there's talks about DFAing him because I know they had like Derek Gould reported on it that there was like discussions on what the future of his role with the team looks like because we know his stuff's elite. He could throw 104 miles an hour. He has good stuff, but he's just not executing anything. And I know the organization wanted to send him down to the minors for like a rehab assignment to try to correct what's going on with him. And since with the service time that he has, he can refuse that. So now he's at a point to where if he's not going to resolve it, we can't keep throwing him out here in major league games. And that's where the DFA that's where the DFA conversation comes in. But and then he can be picked up off waivers. But I don't know if they said that they're not going to DFA him yet. They said they're going to try to put him in more low leverage situations. But I mean, I don't know how much low leverage you can get with the guy. I mean, the reason why you needed to throw him out there yesterday was because you had nobody else. Because our rotation does not go deep enough into games, and now our bullpen's gassed. Like today, for example, Andre Palante was struggling. Yeah, we ended up winning the game, but he did not have the control, and he didn't have the feel for his stuff at all. You could just tell. He walked 3 people, and he got the bases loaded and everything. And
yeah, he looked like he was steamed out, man.
He just gassed. He doesn't have it's not him. It's just we are relying too much on our bullpen. And
so do you think it's time to bring in like someone from down below, like Matthew Liberatore or something like that?
I mean, it could be an option, but at the same time, do you really want to hurt Liberatore? Has been doing excellent in Memphis right now.
Yeah, he's won 3 games and has an ERA of 1.06.
Yeah,
now.
do you really want to like ruin that development plan? Because I don't know.
I just want to be above 500. So
well,
I'm
yeah,
at all
but
options.
I think.
I mean, if your bullpen doesn't get any better, I think you try and get a development plan with him in the leagues.
I mean, he's been down.
If you really need it, unless you guys, really need somebody and you go, which I see the Cardinals going at the deadline and trying to get a decent arm. But if you can't, that might be your only option if you want to.
Well, I don't think we have time till the deadline at this point because you have to do something. But the problem is like, it's not like there's an injury. It's just everyone's underperforming, and I don't know. Liberatore probably wouldn't be in the rotation at all if he would have been called up. But I think I'd rather, because the thing is, we need him probably to be a starter next year. With our rotation mostly being free agents, I would kind of want him to stay in Memphis to get those reps as a starter than him to come up as a bullpen piece for us right now.
Yeah.
I think an early season trade needs to happen. I know it's good. I know you can't really, you can only do what other teams are willing to do, but I mean, I think you have to make one. You have problems with the clubhouse with Tyler O'Neill. That's been a problem, and now Ollie's not even playing Tyler in situations that he should be playing in. Like today, Alec Burleson was supposed to be. Well, Alec Burleson got hurt. He fouled a ball off his shin, and we put Dylan Carlson in against a right-handed pitcher, which usually Dylan Carlson's been put in against left-handed pitchers because that's where he hits better off them. And Tyler O'Neill's nowhere to be found, and he only came in through pinch running. And we heard the thing that we talked about last week with the hustle situation with Tyler O'Neill. So you have that problem going on. And then you have
a lot of good hustle. Yeah, he did have a lot of good hustle at some points during the series with the Pirates, though.
Oh, he did great, and he had great defensive plays. His at bats have been kind of painful to watch.
Yeah, but defensively, at least
he was great at the outfield. And Newt's back as well. That's really good to see. He had a home run today. So I just think you have such a log jam in the outfield. Like you have Burleson, you have Nootbaar, you have Carlson, you have O'Neill, you have Walker, you have all these guys. You still have Yepez, who probably should not be in the minors, sent back down because you need a Nootbaar back on the team.
Yeah,
like Yepez deserves a spot somewhere as a starting player somewhere else.
He's a dog.
He shouldn't be in the minors. But the thing is that we have so much depth to where we don't need him. Like you'd rather have Burleson because he's a left-handed And Yepez is just another power right-hander that we have like 5 of or 6 of. Like there's
I
so
mean,
many of them.
you guys shouldn't have an issue pulling off a trade for a decent arm if you're willing to give up some of those depth pieces.
But I don't. The thing is which arms available. There's no one's going to be
Right,
wanting to
yeah,
trade
but
because everyone thinks they still have a chance in the playoffs. Like look at the Pirates right now. The Pirates are actually really good this year to start off the year. They're real. I mean,
I
Yeah.
can't believe you got that. You said that.
I mean, their bullpen has been impressive. The Cubs have not been bad. Like,
Yeah.
are they great? No, but they're showing they could be competitive. This Pirates team is night and day from last year.
Oh yeah, big
Just
time.
energy wise and everything. I mean, the Pirates are 9-7. You realize that another team that has the same record as them is the Mets
Yeah,
at
dude,
9-6.
we're having a good
So
and we played Astros, White Sox.
you got you
We
Cardinals.
swept Boston.
You guys aren't playing that like easy teams.
Right, we haven't had a terrible team yet. I mean, the Reds, but still, we faced Lodol in that series and still won.
You also are, if you were to play if you're in the NL West, you'd be tied for first place with the Diamondbacks. You have a better record than the Dodgers and the Padres. So it's like, I get it's early, but at the same time, it's like, I think the Central is a little bit more competitive than what people are expecting it to be. Like, I don't think it's to a level to where it's like, I don't think the Pirates are going to make playoffs. I don't think Cubs are going to make playoffs, but I think these teams are showing that they can be pesky to where they can ruin a run the Cardinals or Brewers or any other team that they're playing. They don't care. They will the Pirates bullpen. What's that guy's name? I texted you his name earlier, Adam.
Oh, Holderman.
That dude is
That dude's a
fucking
dog.
gross.
He's
you know
a
who
dog.
you got him?
Vogelback. We got rid
A
of Vogelback.
Vogelback. A rent you got Vogelback on a
dude.
1-year deal, and the Mets gave you Holderman. That's
Yeah.
fucking robbery. I don't know what the fuck they were doing.
I don't know. But
That's terrible.
Him and Bednar they've been a fucking solid 1-2
And
punch
Crow.
at the end of
Crow's
games.
pretty good too.
Crow's
at
good.
times. You
I
guys
like
have,
Underwood Jr.'s not bad.
Underwood's
he kind of
pretty
had
good too.
He kind of had an off night the other night, but he's usually pretty solid.
Yeah, you guys' bullpen's impressive, and your offense isn't sluggy, but it's
We
annoying.
don't strike out that often, dude.
Yeah, it's just a
We
pesky
only
contact team.
I mean, especially with this Cardinal series. I mean, this series was like the first where like, yeah, we're playing like an insane offense, but I mean, our pitching is held up. Like Mitch Keller didn't do. I didn't think Mitch Keller did bad.
Our
today.
team, the Cardinals offense right now is cold as fuck. I don't know I don't know what the problem is because I think people have been concerned about Wilson Contreras. He's kind of broken out of the slump that he was in. He had a pretty good day today. He had like 2 hits and a walk, I believe. That was the final one.
He had his first hit in a while too.
Yeah, he ended his career worst over 22 on Friday. Yeah, he was struggling, but he seems like he's kind of picked it back up. But the problem is I think like we have players on our team, like our offense. It's like it's not like specifically like certain players are the problem. Like Nolan Gorman's probably our best player right now. Arenado's doing what Arenado's doing. Like he had a bad day on Saturday, but overall he's done okay. Goldschmidt's Goldie, and then you have like the outfield. Everyone's kind of like just performing what you expect them to. But the problem is whenever we need the big moment or like the big hit when runners in scoring position or whatever, nobody can do it. No one can do it. All these guys could get on base when no one's on.
You guys had Goldie, remember in the Pirates series, Goldie had the bases juiced for him, and he struck out.
Well, we had the bases loaded with nobody out, and we didn't score anybody.
Yeah,
that can't. This offense is too good to have that happen. It's just
especially when you get to the meat of your order. You know what I mean? When you got Arenado, Goldschmidt,
Contreras,
Walker, Contreras, and all them guys coming up. That's like when you're not scoring at least 2 runs, it's not good.
we're not scoring and we're not scoring enough. That's just what it is. Like since that Blue Jay series, we just have not scored enough. And I mean, I think it can turn around, but here's the thing. I mean, it's got to turn around quick. because you after the Diamondbacks come to town this week, and then you go on a long road trip. You face the Mariners, the Giants, and the Dodgers, and then you come home and play the Angels. That's not easy at
This
all.
is the Cardinals schedule, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not easy.
And
And
you
then
know what? And I
you're in
think
May.
the whole division doesn't have that easy for the schedule because I knew for the Pirates, we also have the Dodgers coming up and we have Reds again. I can't. There's
Let me see.
another team.
You guys go to Colorado, and then you play the Reds, and then the Dodgers, and then you play Nationals. You guys have an easier schedule than we do.
Oh yeah, Nationals are butt.
The Brewers, they play they're playing the Padres right now. The Brewers are, let's see. Yeah, so far they have the series split and they're winning the top of the 7th right now. But the Brewers play the Mariners, Red Sox, Tigers, Angels. Man, yeah, that's the thing though. Is like that next road trip for us. If we can't turn things around in this walk off, I hope it did today with Tommy Evans' walk off. I hope it turned some things around. But if we don't turn that around, it could be a big problem.
Oh yeah,
Because
that
you
might be a
could
really bad
like
road trip.
I get it's early, but you're digging yourself a hole where it's gonna be harder to get out of. You know, like you don't you have time to get out of it, but you much rather limit the damage as much as possible.
The best teams can go on those long road trips and stay above 500 during that period of time. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
If you go through that road trip and you finish 500, I think that's a success. Because
Yeah, it is.
you're playing Mariners and Dodgers. That's not easy. I know Mariners are underperforming as well. They're not they're not doing good. What's their record?
I think it might be the same as the Cardinals, if not worse.
7-8. The Cardinals are 7-9.
So really fucking close.
Yeah, they're pretty much the same. So we're both underperforming, so I guess that kind of helps.
Well,
But
it's just because right now they're playing against Colorado too, so and it's 0-0, so that could change by the end of today.
yeah, they're playing Colorado. But the Mariners have not played good teams, like really good teams. They played the Guardians, which is a good team. They played the Angels, played Guardians again. They played Cubs, and they played Rockies. They haven't played games like we have. We played Blue
No.
Jays, at Braves, Brewers, and in Colorado. Like that's not easy either. But overall, I'm not I'm more frustrated. I'm not really concerned about the team. I am happy that we ended up getting at least a series split. I think we should have won the series, but I'm okay with the series split. Now it's just you, and then you go. The Diamondbacks come in. You don't have to worry about Zach Gallen because he pitched today, so he's not going to be. You're not going to have to face him at all, which is good. Let me see if they have the Diamondbacks pitchers announced yet. So it looks like you're going to be facing Merrill Kelly. It'll be Merrill Kelly versus Jack Flaherty. That'll be a pretty good game on Monday. And then you got Dre Jamison versus Jordan Montgomery. And then you got Madison Bumgarner versus Jake Woodford on Wednesday.
No.
So
That's gonna be a fucking high scoring game.
Yeah. But how does Jake Woodford? I just realized, how does Jake Woodford have more strikeouts than Madison Bumgarner? That's that's so bad.
In his name, Bumgarner. He's old now.
Yeah.
Old fart.
He haunted my
Bumgarner.
life through mid 2010s. But yeah, so overall, I would say the Cardinals did. They underperformed a little bit through the Pirates series. I'm glad they got out with the series in Colorado. I don't think it's as bad of a week as some people are making out to be, but I think at this point against the Diamondbacks, you need to win 2 out of 3 against them. You just can't afford it. I know the Diamondbacks are a good team, like they're a young, fun team, but you can't lose. You can't lose that series just going into the road trip that you're going to be going into. I think you have to take it and then just go into that road trip high, and then hopefully you guys can just keep a run going. That's all.
Right.
That's all you can really do at this point, because how much you dug yourself into a hole right now, you can't afford it at this point, in my opinion.
A lot of changes need to be made for it to be a successful. And it's not even just the pitching staff. It's internal.
No, I
A
think
lot of things got to change.
yeah, I think this Diamondback series is gonna be really good for us. I really like how you're gonna have Jack Flaherty and Montgomery both in the series. So if you can just win those 2 games, or at least win one of those with Flaherty and Montgomery pitching, and then go beat Bumgarner's ass on Wednesday, then you're good to go. So that's all that really matters to me. Just win 2 or 3 against the Diamondbacks, and then we can talk about the next series after the Mariners play on that Sunday. So that's pretty much all I got so far with Cardinals. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole series with the Pirates was pretty fun.
It was a fun series. It was a fun
series.
I'm glad that the Pirates are more competitive, even though I don't think they're gonna be much, but it's just nice seeing a team that it seems like they just know more with what they're doing. Like having guys like Carlos Santana and McCutch back are
Santana almost roped one out today. It was like 2-foot foul.
Well, Santana got killed on the infield constantly.
I know.
Kept getting drilled with line drives. that Wilson Contreras one, it was like 109 off his chest.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah,
I mean, overall, I just like the lineup. I mean, I wish if O'Neal Cruz is there, I think the series would have been a little different. But overall, I like how Jack Sawinski finally showed up, and
he had a pretty good day today.
Yeah, I saw it last time I checked. He was like 2 for 2, but I don't know what he ended with.
I think he was 2 for 4.
I like him, dude. I really like.
I really like the Pirates team. I just hate Bay. He's a wife beater. So
G1.
Yeah, he can. I don't want to see his face ever again. He's annoying.
Well, and what I don't get is we have depth, which is crazy too. Like it's just infield depth, like between Choi, Bay, Connor, Joe, Sawinski. We just called up Marcone. I can't remember.
Yeah, Marcone, that pitcher.
Yeah, we called him up, and then I mean we're calling a lot of players up, which I like.
Yeah, I think you got. Well, here's the one thing about the Pirates that I worry about. If they are somewhat competitive, if they're like around 500 at the deadline. Let's say that happens, which would be remarkable if that is happen.
Yeah.
You guys cannot buy at the deadline. You can't do it.
No,
it's not. You can't. If you do it, then it's going to be exactly what happened last time that caused this problem.
Mm-hmm. So I want to keep the team we got now and rely on our farm system right now.
But yeah,
because we're in a developmental stage. I don't want to reach for somebody that we don't need.
Yeah. So anyway, that kind of completes the episode today. So we'll go ahead and just see you guys next week. But make sure you guys are subscribed and have everything followed on our socials so you don't miss anything and any content that we put out. We'll be continuing to put out more content, and we'll see you guys next week.